Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the DeathWatch, or the Loyalist Alpha Legion, sneaky Marine boys, are playing against the Drukhari in this 1500-point battle report. Let's dive in.
The Dark King.
Welcome to another battle report, and today we are fighting over this arid wasteland of a map where there is an important pipeline that goes all the way down the board. And the Alpha Legion, DeathWatch Space Marines, have heard of Xenos incursions in the region as they take down the communication hubs and centers, and they are posed to strike. So let's go over the armies, and then we'll take a look at the mission.
All right, so I bring you some loyal Alpha Legion today. We have 3 squads of Deathwatch veterans. This one's all melee, 2 Thunderhammers. This one has 2 frag cannons, and this one has 2 Infernus, some bolter something. Basically, they're flamers or heavy bolters. And then we have 3 characters. We're going to have a Watchmaster lead the melee company, a Drukhari who's going to lead these Blade Guard vet guys, and then a Terminator captain who's going to lead one of 2 Deathwatch Terminator units. One is bolter cyclone missile launchers with 2 Thunderhammers, and the other one is assault cannons, 3 assault cannons with 2 Thunderhammers. And then I bring to you 2 Razorbacks and a Corvus Blackstar.
And here we have 1,500 points of Drukhari fun style. That's right, we decided to just have a fun time. The TANTALIZE is probably the most dangerous thing that Sean's ever had to play against. But that's okay. It's a Sky Splinter detachment, and it's based off of, like, if you bought a couple of kits, you could kind of make this army. That's kind of like what I went for. So all in all, I've got 10 Cavalite Warriors. They're the KillTeams box set, but I'm using them as 10 Cavalite Warriors. 10 Mandrakes, so if you did get your hands on the new KillTeams set, you will have access to 10 Mandrakes, which would be really cool. If you bought the Combat Patrol, you'll have 5 Incubi of 10 Cavalite, so that's Combat Patrol with the Archon, and a Raptor and a Raider, so that's like your Combat Patrol right there. And then if you're a collector, you might buy a couple extra things, right? So I brought a little Kronos, I brought a reinforced double unit or full unit of Reaver jet bikes, I splurged for some Forge World. I brought myself a Tantalus because it's my favorite unit in all the land. You never see planes, so I thought I'd bring a Razorwing jet fighter and another Raider as well, just because I didn't want to bring a Venom because they're too competitive. And then 10 Witches, which comes as a box of 10, or if you buy like the Boarding Patrol set or whatever, like you're going to have Witches at some point. And then to round it all off, just for funsies, I brought a unit of Corsairs, just the regular version that has Scout, because I painted them so long ago, and I don't think I've ever actually played them in a bat rep other than a Crusade bat rep. There you have it. That's 1,500 points. The enhancement on the Archon is Night Shroud or whatever, so him and his unit. Oh, and I did bring a Court. Yeah, can't forget the Court. That is Slither, Stab, Bite, and Stare. Okay, there you go. So let's get to the game. So for this mission, we're going to do something a little special. We're going to do a draft, very much like Josh does. Shout out to Josh at Mini Wargaming, because I think it's really cool. So you're the guest, so you can go first. So you get to either pass or veto one of the missions in the first line on the right. Or you can either veto the deployment, you can veto the mission, or you can veto the mission rule. So, are you going to pass or are you going to veto?
So I can veto any of them?
You just the first one in line.
First one in line?
That's right.
I will pass on that. I don't care.
You're going to pass. Okay, so you're going to pass, so I will get rid of Sweep and Clear. Okay, so now you get your second and last one. You can either veto or pass. Because now we're playing Hammer and Anvil, Take and Hold.
Oh, I see. We're going this.
Correct. We're doing, yeah.
Gotcha. I will veto priority targets. I despise that mission.
Okay. And then I will. So right now we're playing Hammer. I'm going to go ahead and veto Hammer and Anvil. So we will be playing Sweeping Engagement, Take and Hold, and Scrambler Fields. Let's dive into deployment. We are ready for deployment. Sean decided to take that side of the table because he felt he could hide better there.
It's a hot day. There's a pool.
There's a pool, the Oasis. Awesome. So I've decided to put Court Tantalus right in the middle of the board on my home objective. Ravager as well on the side, ready to sweep around this landing pad, bow, and attack the Space Marines. Witches in that raider, Incubi in that raider, ready to strike home into the middle of the board. And the Corsairs are going to do, I don't know, I've never used them, so we'll see what happens. Then we've got Mandrakes in that corner, Mandrakes in that corner using their infiltrate. They're with scramble fields, you can't deep strike or infiltrate or scout onto objectives in no man's land. So that's that. In strategic reserve, I put the 6 strong unit of Reaver jet bikes, and then my plane has to go in reserve because that's just how aircraft work.
All right, I've got a Razorback here with the Flamer Bolter combo to come pressure over here. The Watchmaster and his 5 friends are hiding, and I'll probably teleport them. The other Razorback with the frag cannons coming over here, hopefully to hold this objective. And the Judicar and his 3 Blade Guard buddies are hiding behind a wall so they don't get shot. And then I got the Terminators and the Corvus all in reserve.
And here is the scoreboard, of course, brought to you by MiniWargamingForge.com. Make sure you check them out, link down below, and get yourself a Skari one with some Skari dice and all that good stuff. I'm the attacker, so I'm in red. Sean's the defender, so he's in green. And for this mission, instead of 10 points for battle ready, we are going to have 2 points for first strike, so killing something in the first battle round, 4 points for killing the enemy warlord, and 3 points for having a unit in the enemy deployment zone at the end of the game, which will be basically first blood, linebreaker, warlord kill for up to 9 points on this sort of like tertiary. These are our secondaries. These are our primary points. So with that, let's dive into the first turn. And there we have it. Quick little switch. We just put Terminators with assault cannons there instead of the close combat unit because the close combat unit might be better suited for a rapid ingress later. Yeah. Okay, so with that, attacker, first turn. And, ooh, Space Marines turn number 1. Diving into the game. Space Marines gain Teleport Homer and Cleanse as their first missions. Movement recap. Sean has moved up this Razorback to cleanse that objective. He didn't actually put anything close enough to get into the middle of the board to do a Teleport Homer. However, he's giving my Incubi and Witches wide berth so they don't just like rush him, which is smart. And then we do have a shot from that Razorback that's going to be taking a pot shot at one of these targets. And then we'll be done for the turn. The Razorback put a wound on the Kronos, who made a 6-up invul save against the Hunter Killer Missile. Go, Kronos! Let's go to the scoreboard.
We did Cleanse Zone 1, and I will discard Teleport Homer for the valuable CP.
And with that, that is a 3-point cleanse because it's just one objective that you did in No Man's Land. There you have it. Now we go into the next turn. Boom. And bring it down. And extend battle lines. Well, 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 Space Marines. You've fallen right into my trap. Well, at least I think so. You have a lot of stuff in reserve ready to jump out at me. So bring it down. I do have a couple of targets. And extend battle lines. I have to hold this objective and one of them in No Man's Land, which I should be able to do. The Corsairs did scout up into the middle of the board, so they're basically going to run forward and try and like stop that Teleport Homer from blinking. And then I have to zone out the board from Terminators and Deep Strikers, which is a little harder when we're playing on it full 4x6. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, let's go into the movement phase. Into the movement phase. So zoning out, because why not? Because it's just instinctive. I just do it all the time. We have Mandrakes over here. This Incubi Raider have kind of moved sideways to then increase the screen. So boop, boop, and then screen. By screen, I mean Deep Strikers. I want to stop the Deep Strikers from coming behind me and keep them in front of me because then it helps me fight them. The Witches have moved up 20 inches with the Raider. They just moved up in the middle there. The Tantalus just kind of scooted and everybody just piled out of the Tantalus. The Kronos advanced to essentially have a 9-inch bubble to then give the Ravager maybe a pain token if I needed. And that's it. So ideally what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and shoot, I think, that tank and then maybe that tank. Well, Sean, we saw some wild stuff happen.
That was rude.
It's like, I came here for a fun game.
You're going to scar me with Dark Lances.
Scar you. Yeah, so this Ravager put 7 damage on that. Mm-hmm. And then I destroyed it and finished it off with the Tantalus.
Yep.
Then I used my CP to reroll the damage on that to do the 7 damage. But then I used my last CP to give them sustained 2 with the stratagem, and I rolled a 6 to hit that poor. It's the only gun in range. That Razorback got 3 Dark Lance wounds with AP3 ignore cover, thanks to my court and the strat, which was hilarious. And then it blew up. It died as well. Wait, so that's 2 Razorbacks down. Poor little Razorbacks. And then the Splinter Cannon that shot this way at the disembarked unit killed 2 of them after also rolling a 6 and getting like 5 wounds, because apparently that's really cool. I might have to try this more often.
Every time I come here, Dark Lances just do the business.
Yeah, they do. At the end of the turn, though, you are spending your CP to pull the Terminators.
Yep.
Into Deep Strike, basically, so they can come back down next turn and have an impact. Now that like the board is set, but now the Deathwatch will have all their reserves arrive. And let's go to the scoreboard. So I'll get Extend Battle Lines for 5. I will get Bring It Down for their 10 wounds each. So 2, 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So I just get 10 points for secondaries. And I did kill something in the first battle round, which gives me 2 points on my little tertiary thing. And with that, we go into turn 4. You will gain 1 command point. I will gain 1 command point. And you will get engaged on all fronts and behind enemy lines. You do score 10 points on primary because you hold 2 objectives.
So I might teleport something in there if I have something that can still be of relevance and shoot. Engage. I might bring these Blade Guard over to try entangle with these guys. I'm not really sure what they do. I don't know how good they are, but they might come over here just to score the points. And then I'm gonna have to reinforce some things. I don't know. I think I'll probably try to get rid of that Raider because
The Ravager?
Yeah, just to try to get rid of your anti-tank. And now I've got a hate on for the court. So those might be the 2. Might be the target number 1 and 2. I'm not too sure.
There is bile being created in the bottom of the stomach here.
I'm gonna try to score something, but I might prioritize trying to thin your resources because you've got more than I do.
Okay, well let's do it. On to turn 2 movement. End of the movement phase as the Space Marines have decided to eschew. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced.
Eschew?
Behind enemy lines, like disregard behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
And they decided to basically stay put. Terminators drop down. Terminators drop down with a reroll charge, 9 inches away from that Kronos. They've decided to stay still with their frag cannons. The Blade Guard veterans essentially tried to bait out the 6-inch redeploy on the Raider. However, the Raider did not take the bait. And then a Corvus Blackstar has popped out of reserve here. Lots of guns ready to just nuke a bunch of infantry and the long-range anti-tank guns ready to pop shots at either of those giant tanks. And now that's that. Other than the Watchmaster and his units, they are completely committed. The Watchmaster probably wanting to rapid ingress.
The Alpha Legion never commits. We can teleport, my friend.
I love it. Never committing to the table. Well, there you have it. Shooting phase coming right up. But this is where the Space Marines could very much do a lot of damage. End of the shooting phase. Wow, what a shooting phase. Ravager blew up being the Oath target. Just got nuked by 6 crack rockets and the rockets from the Corvus Blackstar. And all of the other anti-infantry shooting just poured into the court. And with the stratagem for making their anti-infantry 2 bolters, was able to bring it down to a Slith, which has 1 wound left. The Archon is still alive as well. And then you also use the Corvus to blow up this entire Mandrakes. That was a fantastic shooting phase, really putting a hurt on the Drukhari ability to wage war and pay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that, you have some charges.
Yeah, and just so everyone's aware, the sustained chapter doctrine is active, so that definitely
it very much did help. It helped a lot,
so
which was good.
Also,
their ability to reroll hits against Xenos was actually really good with their little.
With the -1, it helped out a lot.
Especially because they have the stealth upgrade for being close to a transport. That's the one I took.
Helps out with not having to put so much weight on oaths.
Well, with that, we got a charge or a couple of charges you want to make.
So here is a 9 to the Talos. They still fight for
the Kronos. There, right? They do not. The Urgul died.
Well, I'm going to charge the Talos
and then potentially pilot.
Maybe pilot.
Makes sense.
So if I don't make this,
that's a 9.
Okay, I was going to say get a free reroll. So they'll boop in there. And then the Blade Guard will charge your little space elves.
No, don't kill my scoring units.
I don't know what I need, but we'll roll it.
Don't kill him. Don't kill him.
5 is
definitely out.
Probably short.
And I did vect the CP reroll as well. So I would stay where they are.
I'm just with an 8, so I need a 7.
You only have 1 CP.
Yeah.
So you can't reroll unless you have another way to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Because I vected the reroll because you damaged my Ravager with a crack rocket.
Not kind of you.
Nope. Yeah. It was not. My Archon was like, machinations.
So the Terminators will go in and that'll be the only charge.
We'll come back after and maybe the Chronos might live. They did make a charge. They made that 9. They were able to sweep in, pile into the Archon and his court. The Chronos survived with 1 wound.
Feel no pain.
And right now, the Slith did go down. But Archon Skari needs to make 3 Shadowfield saves against the Relic Power Fist that the Terminator Captain has. So I've got 3 dice here. You ready?
I see it flickering.
It's all about the arrogance of the Archon. No! Oh no! 6 ups for the 2 left. No, he dies. No.
If you hadn't filmed it, he would have.
I know! But, it just has to, it's the classic. It's the classic. It happens. And Archon, the Archon has gone down.
A little picture.
Classic blunder.
And I'll go on the old Instagram.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'll be sure to tag you.
No. Well, since the death of Skari, they were able to pile in, tag the Tantalus. That's not good. That was a nice, well-executed play by the Space Marines. That really hurt. I lost a Ravager, I lost a Court, the Archon, and all the Kabbalites, and a whole unit of Mandrakes. That is a chunk of points that those Terminators just dropped down and just hit me so hard. Awesome. I love it. Let's go to turn number 2. Well, let's go to the scoreboard and we'll see what's going on. I'm going to pull my Mandrakes up this turn and just hopefully I get like teleport homers or something fun that allows me to get all this stuff back there. Yeah. But that plane actually has a lot of guns. They have a lot. You can kill like 4 Xenos. You kill Xenos real good. I
drop anti-Drukhari bombs when I fly over you too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good thing I'm Drukhari. No! Okay, so with that, to the scoreboard now.
So we will bin this for a CP.
So you go up to 2 now.
And then we'll score baby engage.
Yep, so that would be a 3-point engage, bringing you up to 6. However, you did so much damage, I might not have stuff left to contest. And you killed my Warlord, which is 4 points.
Nice.
In our little tertiary game that we're having. Very nice. So I will go up a CP, go up to 2. You go up a CP, go up to 3. I will get 10 points on primary because you weren't able to make that charge with the Judiciaries. The Blade Guard. Area Denial. And engage on all fronts. Okay. I still have enough units to do that. So that's not a bad turn for me. So Area Denial, they're not wholly within 6. So I'm probably just going to fold back the Chronos and essentially I'm going to fold back the Chronos. That's going to stay still because I need to shoot with it. It's probably going to shoot at them or at this unit back here to kind of pin you in your zone. I do have to sort of screen you out a little bit because you have a rapid ingress unit that you could potentially bring in.
Yep.
All in all, this is going to be
and I can always tell.
This is going to be a wild ride towards the end of the game. Now, I do know that plane has to move this way.
Yeah.
Right? Which means I can measure 24 inches on either side of it and prevent any super guns from shooting me, except for them. They're probably going to sacrifice themselves to get my area denial. As for engage on all fronts, I'm probably going to teleport the Mandrakes to get engaged over there. Depending on that, that's just going to fold back here to get me engaged in this corner. And then I'm going to have a Raider engage in that corner and that Raider engage in that corner, right? So I'm going to just try and get my points, try and kill the things that are holding objectives. I can't really stop you from holding that one, but I can probably stop you from holding that one. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, with that, we'll come back after movement and shooting. The plane came in looking that way because I'm going to move it this way, probably spin it that way, move up that way, and it's basically making a little circle for it to move around. I did not bring the bikes in. I do have 2 CP left. Because of area denial, the Terminators will not be able to get wholly within 6 based on how they have to pile in. So I'm going to ignore the Terminators and take the hit on the Tantalus and see if that's okay. And I put them wholly within 6, but outside of 4 so they don't get punched by Terminators.
And out of range of piling.
Correct.
Cool,
the Raider with the Incubi has moved up to hold this objective, while this Raider emptied the Witches, and then it moved up this way. I'm going to try and do some damage to the Blade Guard veterans, and then essentially potentially jump back into the Raider. However, you rapid ingressed your Watchmaster. He has advance and charge, so he's in a good spot to essentially threaten this whole flank.
Yep.
And my Kronos did not fail Battle Shock, so he just moved out and is engaging in this corner. And the Mandrakes came down in that corner to give me engage over there. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. So with that, let's go into the shooting phase. End of the shooting phase, and I shot, and I did not conquer. This Corvus made 2 really good saves to keep him alive from Dark Lances, as I Dark Lanced him with all the Dark Lances I could. This unit here made every 3-up save through cover against the Splinter Cannon and the Monocyte missiles, and then this guy survived from all the Tantalus shooting, only losing 2 of his squad. So the shooting phase did not go as I would have hoped. I did grenade one of the Blade Guard to death and put a wound on another with little pistol shots. But that does mean I spent all my pain tokens this turn, which means the witches have 0 pain tokens, which is hilarious. However, they are going to charge in to the Blade Guard veterans. They're going to go there 5. They're just going to pop in. They do fights first, but that's okay. And then this Raider is going to charge into the Corvus Blackstar just to do a tank shot, to do some more wounds on it and try to bring it below that 50%. In order to make it take battle shock tests.
You can't tie up aircrafts though, right?
No, it can fly off and whatnot. I just want to make sure that it's
wounded.
It is more wounded. I might actually, I'm going to move there. You know what? It's going to charge the Blade Guard. Actually, I was thinking about it. I want to tank shock the Blade Guard.
Sounds good.
So I will definitely do that, and I'll spend my other CP to tank shock the Blade Guard. Because it is a Raider, I will be moving my witches in, but they have small bases.
Cinematically spinning models.
Yeah, that's right. So Raiders are strength 6 plus 2. Let's do some. You have 5 Blade Guard wounds left. And if he doesn't lead a unit, he loses fights first. So I need to do 5 wounds. Come on. 1, 2, 3. So I do kill 1 and put a wound on another. And
there was a wounded guy, so
yeah, that's fine.
You did. Sorry, how many total?
3 in total.
3 in total.
And then they just kind of moved in with their little charge roll.
Okay.
And you get the fights first. You get to pick either reroll ones to saves or reroll ones to hit, and we'll come back after the fight. End of the fight phase. Tantalus survived unscathed. However, the witches lost 6 models just from the 2 guys attacking, but they were able to kill that last Blade Guard champion, giving me a pain token. Yeah. And removing the fights first, which is the biggest thing that I need to get rid of. Well, I didn't do as much damage as I would have hoped, and it's going to give you a lot of points, but I did score a decent amount of secondaries, so let's go to the scoreboard. This is very much an interesting game. So I will get 5 points for Eric Denal, because you're not wholly within 3, and I do have, within 6. I will get engaged, so that will bring me up to 20 secondary points on turn 2, which is very, very good. I'm still lagging a little bit behind. You will go into turn number 3, gaining a CP. I will gain a CP. Are you picking anything up, by the way?
No.
Okay. And you will get your cards, which will be Overwhelming Force, kill stuff on objectives, and Assassination, which you will just get free 5 points for it because you've already killed my Archon. As for Overwhelming Force, you have that Raider to kill, and that Raider will give you 3 points. So nothing else is on objectives. That would give you 3 points too, because he's technically within 3 inches of the objective as well. I think aircraft can still count for that. You did get 15 primary, bringing up to 25 primary points as you hold 3 objectives. Very nicely done. What have you done to me, Sean? What are you doing?
So Corvus flew over, dropped 1 bomb on the Raider.
Did a wound on the Raider.
Yep. The Terminator stayed put because they had to. These guys left 3 on the objective, moved up to get range in the Tantalus. So I couldn't feasibly kill that. So instead, I've oathed Big Boy here, and we're just going to go with weight of fire.
A whole turn to try and deal with the Tantalus.
And then it's lethal, so oath, so we'll re-roll fishing for lethals in combat, re-rolling fishing for lethals and stuff.
You pick lethals as your tactic, basically.
Yeah. This squad moved back into safety before you
advanced
rapid
it. Yep.
Before you rapid.
And then I rapid ingress because it's turn 3 now, so I've rapid ingress the bikes here because they have a move over and do mortal wounds. So I'm going to move over, hopefully use the bikes to deal with this unit and take away your home objective. Fair. If I draw something like capture enemy outpost next turn or behind enemy lines, I'm in a good spot to like try and maximize on that scoring.
I was like, I'll advance them just because why not? And And
it
then
was a trap.
the Watchmaster advanced up here to clear out these, and then
They're all gonna die.
Yeah.
And then I've got my incubi in there, so it's gonna be a mess.
It'll be a bit
and
of
then
a
you've
dump.
got all your hurricanes and stuff
Yeah.
there, ready to just shoot at them.
Yeah.
And then you got missiles, and then I got my plane. It is actually gonna be a really tight game because those Terminators, I don't really have anything that could deal with the Terminators. But if I keep on leaving like one model alive like that, it's gonna be really annoying for me. So with that, let's go into the shooting phase. But I hope you're enjoying the bat rep so far. This was more of a narrative-y, like fun style game that's designed to show you like more of the hobby and whatnot instead of just like straight up competitive all the time.
Yeah, it's fun to get to. I can't remember the last time I used DeathWatch Terminators, a Corvus, the Vets, like all the stuff.
I'm using a Razor Wing jet fighter.
You can see the dust on him.
Look at him. I know.
Killed the Kronos.
You did.
Barely.
And you put a couple of wounds.
Couple wounds there.
On the
And
Tantalus. He's
that-
down to 14 wounds.
And that was it.
That's that. Now we go into the... Oh, and you did completely...
Oh, yes.
Like 5 saves, 5 4-up saves, all dead. Like instantly on the first shot. All the Corsairs died. They really didn't want to be a part of this real space raid.
Corvus
at all.
meta incoming.
OP. Now we go into charges. And the Tantalus died in combat. Actually, the Thunderhammer, the Power Fist did 8 damage, which is great. And then the Thunderhammers did basically 6 damage.
Yep.
4 of which were dev wounds, so I didn't get a save. And then I failed to save. Didn't explode, but that is the end of the Tantalus. And the captain didn't even fight.
He just directed.
Woo! That was pretty good. That was a well-played gamble to try and get rid of the Tantalus. Over here, the witches remained alive. They put 1 wound on the Judiciary. And then all the attacks from the Judiciary and basically everyone else killed the Raider.
Yeah.
And there you have it. So let's go to the scoreboard, but it's looking good for the DeathWatch. You will auto get 5 points for that, bring you up to 11 secondary points. And you will get rid of overwhelming force, bring you up to 4 CP. I don't know what you're going to use your CP for. Into my turn, I will get a CP, and you will get a CP going up to 5. Right? Why not? I still will hold 2 objectives, so I get 10 points thanks to my sticky as well. And we'll go up to assassination. Good thing that Judiciary is nice and juicy. Behind enemy lines, I called it, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so my plan is, I can't really do anything about that. That's fine. My plane has to move up this way. She's basically going to fly all the way up here and either shoot at that or shoot at the Terminators or something. We'll see.
You have to aerial combat roll around the Corvus.
I know, I'm going to have to try and... Blah, blah, blah. We'll see who's chasing who in a second.
Dogfight.
That's right. Then we got the Reeve jet bikes. Going to basically fly up here, do mortal wounds, charge in, try to do some damage there.
Mm-hmm.
The witches have to take a battle shock test, but I do have incubi over here, so I'm probably going to get the incubi out, and we'll do some shenanigans.
Yeah.
We'll probably full back the witches and just grenade your Judiciary and try to get my assassinate, and then charge in with the incubi. Because yes, you can grenade when you full back. It's one of those gray areas. But I'm going to do it because why not? They would totally do that because they're witches.
Your whole
Whole
world is gray.
While this stayed back, the incubi moved forward. The witches have fallen back. The Razor jet fighter has moved up, spun, and has a variety of targets. The mandrakes have gotten all within 18 inches of him. Hopefully it can do 2 wounds to a space marine. The bikes did move up this way to get heat lances and some guns that way. They're like further this way because this hill, they slide down. So gonna quickly try to do mortal wounds here. 6 dice, and I get to reroll 2 of them on 4 ups as I fly over. And I will reroll 2 of them. And I do 4 mortal wounds, killing 2 in the unit. End of the shooting phase. Grenade of the Judiciary, dead. Shot them, passed all their saves. Mandrakes, killed that dude.
Boo.
Razor Wing jet fighter, killed 1 Thunderhammer. All Dark Lances missed, because apparently that Corvus Blackstar is unkillable. End of the fight phase, I killed 1 in combat. You killed a bike and a half, because you interrupted and AOC'd to keep them alive, even with a pain token there. The Incubi did 11 wounds into the Marines, and you passed 9 out of 11 4-up shield saves.
Yeah, I did.
Which kept the entire squad alive, and I lost the Clavex and 1, which actually in retaliation, considering I didn't lose too many in return. But you do have fallback and charge with him, which is actually really annoying. But with that, let's go to the scoreboard. Man, that's crazy. Getting 5 points for behind enemy lines and 5 points for assassination, bringing my total up to 30 for secondaries. I'm really kind of gunning for those secondary points over there. You decided not to bring anything up, but you did spend a bunch of CP. So you will be going up to 3 CP. For turn number 4 now, I will be going up to 1 CP, and you will be getting another 10, bringing up to 35 points.
What OC do you have on that?
Their bikes are 2 each.
Okay.
Yeah, so they should
Cool.
be fine. You have Defend, Stronghold, and a Tempting Target. Spending a CP to cycle out of Defend and get Capture. That's really good, actually. I made that the Tempting Target. I want to pull you this way and keep you away from charging or continue to attack my Incubi. Defend, though, that's going to be... It's a long advance, but we'll see if you can get it. End of the whole turn. So they shot into here, did 1 damage. They used a stratagem to make their bolters assault and killed all the witches. You had to use the free strat to use a 1 CP reroll because I vectored it to reroll your advance to get onto the objective over here. So now you've captured enemy outposts over here. When you fell back with them, I reactionary moved my raider to make the charge longer for the Tempting Target.
Yeah.
So you decided to just charge back and kill all the Incubi, but you were battle shocked thanks to the Incubi's Tormentor Helms. And then the Corvus shot everything of the Mandrakes, leaving 1 Mandrake alive. Now that does mean that I am going to not pull the Mandrake up. I'm going to keep the Mandrake back there and because he survived with 1 wound in the combat. You did kill 2 bikes with your Xenophase Blade. You are battle shocked there, so I will be getting 10 points on primary. But let's go to the scoreboard. This is a really tight, close game with the Terminator just holding the fort. So capture for 8. No Tempting Target. So you do up to 19 secondary points.
Do I discard that? Yeah, because then you could just... You've got 1, you could kill that there. They could... Can you fall back and shoot with the bikes?
No, I cannot.
Okay, we'll keep tempting because then I can just run over there and get it.
Okay, so you're going to keep your Tempting Target. You do have 4 points there. So with that, you get a command point. I get a command point. I will be getting 10 more primary points to keep that very, very close. And then we just do missions. Kill stuff for no prisoners. And take your outpost. I'm okay with that. I will see your capture enemy outpost and raise you capture enemy outpost. Okay, so over here, this raider is more than likely going to move up and is going to shoot, and then I'm going to tank shock that unit over there and just try and kill it and stop it from doing stuff. I can't really stop the Terminators from doing what they've already done. This plane can move up this way and can help me kill that guy or shoot at them, which I'm really excited about. If I can kill that unit of veterans, that'd be really good. And then these bikes are more than likely going to fall back, and I have to sacrifice them to the Corvus, sadly, because the Corvus is going to fly right here and just shoot them that way. That's all. Like I can't do anything about it, but it does mean that I can get capture enemy outpost no matter what, because he is battle shocked from the start of the phase. Okay. Oh, wild game this has been. Just little pockets of resistance. End of the shooting phase. Did nothing to them. Dark Lance bounced off that storm shield. I don't know what he made it with, but it's really good.
He borrowed from Captain America.
He can do this all day, bro. So this thing did shoot the Dark Lances there and finally killed that plane, and then everything else shot into here. Good thing I shot everything, because you only failed 1 save, and he finally went down. So with that, I'm going to do a charge. I have 1 CP. So I'm definitely charging that that raider in here. Yeah, let's go. And I'm just going to kind of sidestep a little bit there, make it that you have to go all the way around so you can't just get onto the objective. Well, you know how it is. I have to base yes, so it'd actually be basing like something like that. Okay. And tank shock, 1 CP. Let's go, tank shock. Let's go. Let's go, tank shock. Let's go. Take my... tank shock. Oh, wait. I owe you 2 more dice. That's 3 so far. Just 3 damage. So I do kill 1 of them. Yeah, take that, you silly storm shield. You can't save from that.
1 wound on the thunder.
Yeah, I almost got him. Almost got him. I do get to fight you first. So
unfortunately.
3 attacks. I hit you 3 once. And I wound you once. No AP.
3 up.
Just a 3 up. What's that? What's that?
It's a 1.
Yeah,
no.
Got him. Got him. Get out of here.
There go my rerolls.
Get out of here. Yeah, no rerolls for you. Mr. Watchmaster, you're all alone in the world.
He probably loses his fallback and charge now.
Because he's not leading a unit.
Yeah.
Correct. That was a massive little swing there. Good job, Raider. Good job. You're painted nicely, so you get to be the most amazing Raider in all of the land. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll go to the scoreboard. Your captain did do 4 damage, so it's alive with 6.
Okay.
So here I killed 3 units, actually. So that gives me no prisoner 5, capture enemy for 8. I literally have not dropped a single card.
That's not
in
fair.
4 turns. That is wild. So I will go up to my maximum here of 40 points, which is really good. I haven't been able to kill your captain yet. Oh, and my Razor Wing Jet Fighter has to be facing the other way because that's how that goes. I have to spin him. That was the whole plan. With that, you do get a CP. We go to turn 5. You already cycled through your cards, and my shenanigans have been afoot. You do get Bring It Down, though.
I know what my oath target is.
And there you go. Kill stuff. I like it. Now, because you got a 15, you're going to max out on primary.
Yep.
You have 50 primary points. Those Terminators just doing their job, holding objectives. Still, it's been a very tight, close game. And you'll get an additional 3 points if you have a unit wholly in my deployment zone at the end of the game as well. So if those Terminators can make it all the way back, I'll see about that.
So I just basically stayed put with everything. I fell back with the Watchmaster. I'm going to double check to make sure he can't fall back and charge. I don't think he can. If he can, I'll charge the bikes.
Yep.
I'm probably going to grenade into here, see what happens. And then if it's really low, I might split fire and try to kill both vehicles for Bring It Down.
Because you also have the assault cannons there as well.
Cannons, but
so I guess you could grenade assault cannons,
Yeah.
see what happens, and then
I'm going to
decide
spend a
what you want to
CP
do
to
there.
probably make them sustained.
Okay, and that's
I'm
your
not gonna
target?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, let's see what they do. But you're trying to get as many points as you can at the end here. But it has been quite the fight. It's been fantastic. And in the shooting phase, you did split your fire, did kill that. That was dead. And then the grenade did a couple of wounds. You shot over here, just did 1 damage because the other rocket completely missed. And with that, we're on to my turn. I'm not going to pull the Mandrake up because I can't teleport onto objectives. I do have 4 points hanging out in the air here because that is the Warlord, and I want to try killing like you killed mine. I think there's an entire plane with his name on it. So we'll see what happens with that. You will not get a tempting target.
Nope.
And so I'm assuming that's just going to go away. Doesn't matter. Bring it down.
10.
It is going to be 10 wounds, so 2 plus 1. So 3 points for that. Oh, no, sorry. 4 points for that. So you go up to 23 secondary points. And then we go on to my turn number 5. So I will get a CP. You will also get a CP. I've already maxed out my secondaries, which means it's only up to the primary points. I used a CP to pass morale on the Mandrake. So he ran up and got onto that objective. Then I moved these. I was able to just clip him and then keeping coherency to stay in range of that objective. So you're OC1, I'm OC2 on these bikes, which does mean I will hold this. However, I am within 24 of the assault cannons, which means you're going to be shooting me. Trying to Overwatch. If you can kill them, that would be really good. The plane did move up, and if I can kill him, that I did 2 wounds with the mortals, then I get 4 more points for Warlord kill, which would be really cool. Okay, let's see what they do. Go Terminators, their assault cannons hitting on 6s. Oh, that's not bad. Couple of 6s, but not enough to kill the unit. Is there 2 wounds each? Yeah. So that'd be all wounds, 1 Devon, 3 saves. So 3 saves, 2 pass, and a dev. You just kill the 1 biker. And that helps me hold my 10 points. Okay, so I did shoot 2 heat lances, passed his invul, then had to shoot the entire plane at him, failed to save against the dark lance, and died. So with that, end of turn number 5. How you feeling, Sean?
I don't know. Let's see if I won.
Okay, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Scoreboard comes down. I scored 10 on primary, so I just get a 40. That is an 80, and I get 4 points for this, and 3 points for having a unit in your deployment zone. So that is a 9 there. So let's see what we have. We have 50, 60, 73, 77. We have 89. 77 to 89, Dark Eldar victory. What a great game.
That was fun.
That was really fun. And that's game. What a crazy game that was.
It was indeed.
Well, we talked about bringing some like wackier lists than normal, and honestly, I felt it.
It was fun. And I was definitely surprised by some of the units I never bring.
I know. That Razor Wing Jet Fighter actually did really well this game. He blew up like your plane and killed like your warlord and flew around murdering stuff. And I love the fact that we made this, like the lists were just stuff that we had lying around.
Yeah, stuff you never use. The Corvus would have been my all-star had he killed Mr. Grotesque.
That little Mandrake? Yeah, the little guy just handing on your objective.
Yeah.
You probably would have.
So close. That would have been fun. You still would have won, but that would have been even tighter.
It would have been very, very close. Other than that, well, it was very, very close. The whole game, I honestly felt after you killed 500 points in my army on your second turn, I honestly thought I was done for.
Yeah,
I thought I was just so done.
Yeah, you just kept clawing those points.
Yeah, that's what Dark Eldar do.
Mhm.
I lose all of my models, but I end up winning the points game, and that's just because life is cheap in the Dark City.
Yes.
Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot to everybody who supports on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Sean, thanks for coming down for a game.
Thanks for having me.
And I'll catch you on the flip side. The Dark Kin, not Space Marines.
Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion. Bye, everyone.